Namaste, my beautiful queens, my beautiful kings, beautiful souls, beautiful, powerful beings of light. Will be no cards in this video. I want to call such videos where I will not use no cards the evening talks. Why am I doing it? What for? Because I wrote yesterday in one of my posts, and I am sorry if I am gonna be sounding like I am trying to be to sound too good or too nice or this, but lately in past, uh, especially a couple of years, I started to have this one question which I am asking myself every single night before falling asleep. I ask myself, have I done something today to touch someone's heart, to help someone start thinking about something important, or do at least a little bit step towards better understanding of who they are, what they are, why they are here for, and understanding the uniqueness and brightness and the light of themselves. Bottom line is, I'm asking myself, have I done something to touch someone's heart? What I mean, touch someone's heart, is helping someone to realize and understand how unique, incredible, and wonderful they are, and how important they are, and how important for them to feel and know that light deep inside and shine that light. And if I that's why I write my posts. I write posts every day, sometimes even a couple times a day, and I don't think of subjects. The subjects just come by themselves. There is a lot of me, my knowledge, my soul, my passion is in my posts on community, so you can go there. They are there for you. You can read them when you feel down, when you feel not enough belief or hope for the future, or you need some hint, some answer, because I am simply keeping it all there for those of you if you need some extra, as if someone was giving you that advice which you need to know, or those words which you need to hear. So I am asking myself this question every night, and if I say yes, I have at least one heart or two, then this day had been lived with a sense and purpose. If I say no, then I consider this day was wasted, because every day I try to read some information, learn something with one purpose. First of all, learn it for myself. Second of all, share it with you, and someone will hear. It can be one of you, it can be two of you, but it is gonna be already a lot. It's gonna mean that I have done something which I consider gives the meaning of my existence and my living, to find out some information and to share it with you. So in this video, what I want to talk about, first of all, I don't ever prepare any speeches. Right now, I am speaking whatever comes to my mind. I'm not preparing any speeches. So if I jump from subject to subject, then forgive me. But the thing is that the most fundamental question of all the existence of this planet and the people on it and all of the lives is, why am I here? What am I doing here? Where am I coming from? Where I am going after? What is the sense of it all? Because more and more people start understanding, especially people who achieve their so-called American dream. They have already in material world everything under the stars. They already can buy anything money can buy. They can have 400 houses or 2,000 cars or collection of diamonds. And when they possess all of that, they understand that still they can't feel the emptiness inside. So all the philosophers of all the lands, all the poets of all the lands, all the thinkers of all the lands, all the wise men of all the lands were writing and singing and talking about the meaning and the sense of us living. And when you understand the answer to this question, or at least coming closer to the answer to this question, then things start to fall in places. The knowledge is power, and I don't even mean power over the world. Yes, when you are knowledgeable, you are ruling your own life. When you don't have knowledge, someone else does. But knowledge is power for you, because in a story I told you before, a story of the egg, a man walking through the fields. That man finds an egg and brings it to his barn and put it under the chicken. That was the egg of an eagle, and that eagle is being hatched together with the chicks, and he is sure that he is a chick, that he is a one of them. And he looks at the eagles flying up there in the sky, and he thinks, how would be wonderful to be one of them. He doesn't know he is one of them. Many of you, so many of you living lives thinking that I wish I was an eagle when you are an eagle. I wish I could fly when you do have the wings. It's just no one told you you have them, or someone told you you have them, but you didn't believe in it. Many of you somehow think that, oh, if I just get this guy in my life to marry me or to be with me in committed relationship, that's gonna be everything. I'm gonna be happy. No, you're not gonna be happy, because you're trying to feel this question, who am I? Why am I here for? With something from outside. And if, like they say, if life came with a manual, there is a manual. There are 3 books which I have told you so many times about. If this world, if 50% of people in this world living now on this planet read these 3 books, we would be living in a different, completely different place. Because all and every of your question is written here, answered here, and I have already showed you so many times. Michael Newton, PhD, Journey of Souls, his 2nd book, Destiny of Souls, and the 3rd book, Wisdom of Souls. These 3 books, I am very known in my family and everyone who knows me. There is expression bookworm. If you leave me in a library, you can come back and pick me up 35 years later or 40 years later, because everything is written in books. But literally, if we would take 25,000 books and get the most important piece of knowledge from each one of them, they could be written here in these 3 books. There is no it's priceless. My book, which I have written, I just want you to remember that's the name of it. Hopefully I will publish it in this coming March. I put there pretty much the knowledge of everything I've accumulated in my lifetime in such a way that it would be easy to see and understand through this story of my lifetime and my path. But if I was capable of buying these 3 books for everyone living on this planet, I swear I would buy these 3 books for every being living on this planet. And for those who can't read, I would pay to people who would read it to them. Of course, you must be willing to accept the truth. And you have to be willing to admit that many of you were told the lies. And those lies were told for hundreds of years to people, because truth is here. So first of all, these 3 books. And second, I am going to simply, for those of you who don't have these books, or somehow they have them on Kindle, you can read them, you can have them. I always have in my house, it's a habit of mine, I always have in my house 2, 3 of each of them, because when someone comes to see me, to visit me, I simply, last person who I gave these 3 books was a man who came to fix my electric stove, literally. And I started to talk to him and I said, here, take this. This is my gift. And I know it's going to change his life. So for those of you who don't have it or somehow can't read it on Kindle, I will open it up and I will read you just several pages of this book of exactly Destiny of Souls, the meaning of life, in several words which you can understand how and what it is. And also, if I can mention it in this video, I will, where the evil people come from if the soul is pure, how it happens, this disconnection with the soul. He also describes it right here. But if I don't have the time, I will do it in another video, or better simply get yourself this book and read it. So I am going to tell you just several things from this book. This chapter calls Soul Division and Unification. So please listen attentively. I will just read what I have underlined here. This is my way to reading books. I always underline everything, what's most important here. The capacity for souls to divide their energy essence influences many aspects of soul life. As I reported in the section under Ghosts, all souls who come to Earth leave a part of their energy behind in the spirit world. Even those living parallel lives in more than one body, which is extremely rare. The percentage of energy souls leave behind may vary, but each particle of light is an exact duplicate of every other self and replicates the whole identity. This phenomenon is analogous to the way light emerges in the light images are split and duplicated in hologram. Yes, there are differences in hologram. If only a small percentage of a soul's energy is left behind in the spirit world, that particle of self is more dormant because it is less concentrated. However, because this energy remains in a pure, uncontaminated state, it is still potent. When I made the discovery of our energy reserve in the spirit world, so much fell into places for me. The grandeur of the system of soul duality impacts many spiritual aspects of our life. Now listen to this. If someone you loved died 30 years ahead of you and has since reincarnated, you can still see them again upon your own return to spirit world. So, to say it in simple word, when you, the soul essence, your very core, and I will just go a little bit from the subject. It's going to be further in this book, and I said it in my post yesterday. Not two souls are identical, and we are talking not just souls living on this planet, girls and boys. We are already smart enough to understand that beside our Milky Way galaxies, there are quadrillion of other galaxies which are much grander than ours. And solar systems like ours are ions. They are uncounted, impossible to count. Plus, this universe is not a single, one and only one. So we are not even talking about the souls which are now living on this planet and in the level of the spirits. We are talking about all the beings of all level. None two of them are the same. So you are, whoever is listening right now, there is no body like you. Not like two snowflakes cannot be identical. Just souls, each soul is extremely unique and unrepeatable. Cases of one soul divided in two physical bodies, sometimes more than two, are extremely rare. Also written here why soul can take such experience. Extremely rare. So the chance you are one of them is really very, very small, because even guides and keepers, who are guides and keepers, you can read also in these books, they don't advise for one soul to be divided in two bodies. If such thing is allowed and done, then though that one soul wants to accomplish something very serious, usually it comes with their goals. They're taking the risk to make that goal achieved, and for that they need to have this parallel lives. One soul lives incarnates in two, sometimes three bodies. Extremely rare. That's not what I'm talking about here. But a soul is absolutely unique. So you have to understand that how grandiose is this idea that there is only one of you. Only one of you. So when you incarnate in physical, your part of your energy, it's going to be here, further here, I'm going to read it, stays in the spiritual realm. So if you loved somebody, even if you already live in a physical body here again on this planet or other, those who you knew, those who loved you or you loved, when they come back to the reality of the spirits, you meet them there, they meet you there, because part of you stays there, part of you lives here. Why? What for? It's brilliantly, it's all described here. The ability of a soul to unite with itself is a natural process of energy regeneration after physical death. A client empath, okay, can't read it this word. One client told me, if we were, listen to this, why we can't come 100% in physical body. Such crucial moments here. If we were to bring 100% of our energy into one body during an incarnation, we would blow the circuits of the brain. A full charge of all a soul energy into one human body would totally sabotage the brain to the soul power. Apparently, this could happen with even the less potent, undeveloped souls. I suppose this factor of soul occupation in a host body was evaluated in the early stages of human evolution by those spiritual grandmasters who chose Earth as a planetary school. Moreover, having all the soul energy capacity in one body would negate the whole process of growth for the soul on earth, because it would have no challenge coping with the brain. Here it is written, I will read you this again. So why we can't be 100% in our physical, why we have to divide it. If we were to bring 100% of our energy into one body during an incarnation, we would blow the circuits of the brain. A full charge of all of the soul's energy into one human body would totally sabotage the brain to the soul's power. Having all the soul's energy capacity in one body would negate the whole process of growth for the soul on earth, because it would have no challenge coping with the brain. This is why we are here. We are challenging and we are growing. By strengthening a variety of parts of soul's total energy in different incarnations, the whole is made stronger. Full awareness at 100% would have another adverse effect. If we did not divide our energy, we would experience a higher level of spiritual memory retention in each human body. Amnesia forces us to go into the testing area of the laboratory of Earth without the answers for the tasks we were sent here to accomplish. Amnesia also relieves us of the baggage of past failures, so we may use new approaches with more confidence. This is why we are here. This is why we are here for now. How much each of us takes of our true essence. Where is it? He explains different levels of soul development. No soul is stronger or less valuable. Young souls are not less valuable than ancient souls. But here he describes 4 or 5 levels of the souls. And here he explains why the more advanced souls take a less percentage of their own essence coming into physical life. Here it is. I don't know if you see it. The warrior soul in case 22. Typically, a highly advanced soul will bring no more than 25% to its total capacity to earth, where the average less confident soul has 50-70%. The energy of a more evolved souls is refined and elastic, and vigorous in smaller quantities. This is why the younger soul must bring more energy into their early incarnations. Thus, it is not the volume of energy which gives potency to the soul, but the quality of vibrational power representing a soul's experience and wisdom. How does this information help us understand the combined force of soul and human energy? Every soul has very specific energy field pattern which reflects an immortal blueprint of its character regardless of the number of divided parts. When the spiritual ego is combined with a more structured personality of a physical brain, a higher density field is produced. I try to avoid talking about them, but I constantly go back to them. But he also explains their twin flames, because he didn't call them twin flames, he called them souls divided into physical body or more. In his entire 30-year experience and research, he mentions only 2 cases like this. But another reason why one soul divides, not just for the goals they are having, but also because there is this soul is very, very ancient, and simply no matter how much of the soul essence the soul lives out there in a spiritual world, still it's too much for one physical body. So in order to incarnate on earth and do on earth the goals the soul has, it has to be divided into, sometimes very rarely, sometimes more than 2 bodies. You can watch a beautiful movie, Little Buddha, with Keanu Reeves, and you can see the example of the soul coming as 3 different of the 3 children, because they simply, that soul is too I don't know how to say, concentrated. It cannot simply come in one. It has to be divided, because one physical can't handle the charge of the energy. Just too much for one physical body in our 3D dimension. So that's one of the reasons also of coming and incarnating twin flames, because they're pretty much workers, as I said, employees of this planet, employees of humanity. So a lot of them came divided in 2 because of the goals they have, and because also as one it couldn't be possible to be the physical body can handle that charge. So these are the main reasons, and me explain you why we are here. We are here for what we are here for. This is the challenge for our soul. It's a growth of a soul. Again, I want to read you this sentence one more time. Growth for the soul on earth, because it would have no challenge coping with the brain. By strengthening a variety of parts of a soul's total energy in different incarnations, the whole is made stronger. So we are here to grow, we are here to learn, we are here to experience new things, to learn again, to learn again, to learn again. It's the You can take it as a school, next grade in a school, and each soul which incarnated, especially now, what you need to understand, it's an end of Kali Yuga. I will explain these things in my book as well, but much less, of course, because mine is intertwined with a love story. But we incarnated everyone who lives now. Everyone who lives now. I see the children born after 212. Those are new generation. The kids which bring the experiences. They are allowed to remember more of past life's experience. Many speak multiple languages, age 235. Many play musical instrument. They are allowed to keep the talents from the past incarnations, geniuses, kids, mathematicians, scientists, musicians, poets. They are already under age 10, and they already are so much more advanced that we could ever even could imagine, because this is new generation, next generation of kids who are going to be living by different completely rules, because the rules of the new earth are following the inner core, inner calling, inner joy, love, and I could be talking about this for 10 hours to come. But if you want to know more who you are, where you coming from, why you are here, why you feel joy, why you feel sadness, why you fall and rise, what is happening, what for, who is there with you always, who are your guides, who are your keepers, how it is all happening, then of course please get yourself those and this one too, and I will try to make the videos for those of you who want to know, because every one of you will want to know sooner or later. Every one of you will come to the point when you will want to know. And even some of you are gonna brush this video off, like, oh, she's not putting down the cards, and tell me that he thinks of me and he is changing and he is coming on a white horse next week. Those of you who the guides of those of you who are ready to hear it, you will hear me. I hope it was helpful. Namaste.